Flu season is here. Sleeves up. Book your flu shot at shoppersdrugmart.ca/flu.
Should I leave or should I go?
Oh, please stay. Please stay and chat with us. Guys, Bachelor in Paradise is on tonight. This is it. It's winding down.
Okay.
Not to digress, but you know I'm late to catch up. I sobbed for Rodney. If they don't make Rodney the next Bachelor.
Really?
Rodney and Andrew combination. I sobbed. The beach sobbed. I don't remember the last time. He is such a good person with it. Why the
They're
face?
so dramatic. Oh my gosh. You broke up after a week.
He loved Eliza.
You'll be fine.
Rhymes with Faiza.
Eliza?
Okay.
Eliza.
Eliza. Okay.
Eliza.
You gotta watch it.
My
Anyway,
girl
talk to me.
Eliza said, yeah. Sorry. I can talk about this forever.
Reality TV over here.
Yes.
Okay, so TMZ, speaking of reality TV and all the gossip out there, TMZ over the weekend, they put out a tweet, and it was a would you rather tweet, so you know about that. They pit, would you rather Kim Kardashian or, what's her name again? Emily Ratajkowski, yes. Emily Ratajkowski. Pete Davidson is now involved with Emily Ratajkowski, and of course he was with Kim Kardashian before. They had two bikini pics of them put side by side and said, who would you rather? Instantly,
I can't believe it.
Dee, you put out a tweet
Yes.
on the weekend commenting on this.
Triggered.
And it really does hit home because, unfortunately, in this business, and in, I'm sure many others, this is something that happens where women are often pitted against each other.
Yes.
Faiza, you went right into baby sister mode as well.
I saw Dina tweeting about her experience, talking about how someone in this industry did that to her, and I was telling you guys, I get so emotional over things like that because I grew up with 4 sisters. We are a supportive household where we congratulate each other over our wins. We support each other over our losses, and you never know what somebody is going through. For somebody to do that to, by the way, can I say the sweetest, nicest person in the world? It broke my heart to hear that.
So I love you both because what you see is what you get on this show, and it is very rare. Our industry, we know, can be cutthroat. And my tweet pretty much said, to paraphrase myself, is a woman who I actually helped, who was coming up in the industry, who I always take somebody, you know, when I first meet you, I'm always coming and thinking you're a good person with good intentions. And I helped her with not one, I was on an entertainment show. She wanted to work on that. I talked to a producer to help her get in the door there. Wasn't the right fit at the time. For this job on BT, she wanted to have this position. I said I would never do mornings at that point. They went through the audition process. I helped her get in to try for 3 shows in audition there. Didn't work out. Then there was another job that I helped her with. Anyway, she ended up getting a different job. And it was up against the same time slot as BT. And here I was helping her this whole way. And she put up a page that said, who do you think's hotter? Dina from BT or her from her morning show? When this went up, I felt so hurt and gutted that a woman would do this to another woman, let alone me, who was only kind to her, who only wanted to help her. And it was that competitive, like, befriend you to end you. So when somebody comes in and you think but it's what is the reason they're really, it's strategy, it's narcissism, it's that, ooh, if I've got to take what you've got because there's not enough room for all of us, or whatever the reasoning was. And I had a friend stick up for me and say, why would you create this? Dina's so hurt. So she took it down that day. But there are things that happened after that, because I'm always willing to forgive once. That continued in this sort of mean girl pattern. And then that's when I realized I was done, and I wrote her a long email, and she said she didn't get it. So I paraphrased, I'm like, oh, here's what I wrote, and I said it really calmly. And she had nothing to say. So at that point, that's when I was like, I'm gonna close that door. And it's happened to me time and time again. Men and women in this business, we don't talk about it a lot because I like to lead like you do, with integrity and kindness. Otherwise, what's the point? And Mary Ito has been my forever mentor. I saw how untouched she was. She leads with a strong work ethic and a kind heart, and she managed to stay in the industry, which shows you can do that. But yes, you put people in a different box. Yes, of course, you're going to shut down and not allow them that opportunity to do that to you again. And it is difficult in this business because everybody always wants your job. Instead of being like, I have my own lunch, they want to eat yours too. You know what I mean? And they'll come after you in various ways. And it's just, I don't get that. Because if you're, to your point with your sisters, building each other up, we are all so much stronger rather than trying to take one another down and compete. So when you see TMZ pitting women against each other, leave them alone. For what? That's only hurting them. Right?
For what?
So I don't get it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, we're very lucky here because
Yeah,
honest to God, we are supportive of each
Yes.
other and don't have that little, that, I don't want to say cattiness, I hate that word, because it happens with everyone. Whether it's pettiness, whether it's like, I will step over you in order to get what I want.
At any
feeling
cost.
is not here at any cost. I can say, and I just have to say this, Dina, since I started here and even writing and producing, this woman who like doesn't have to look at me would always be like, hey, why don't you go to the next step? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Hey, even co-hosting here today with you.
Yes, I was like, come on, it's
Dina's like,
time.
come,
Yeah.
you do this, you do that, let's do this, let's do that. And just willing to share the stage rather
Always.
than hoard it and be so nervous. And I feel like there are people like that who just don't want to be able to share the spotlight at all.
But yet they'll preach women supporting women, but they don't actually do it. You can't just say it.
You do it.
You gotta actually do it, and
Yeah.
we're all so much stronger and healthier because of it if we do actually do that.
And you do
it-
that.
And you do that.
You did that.
You do that.
And I'll continue to do that. And it just shows you that it gets passed on. When you're kind, your kindness goes on to the next person and the next person.
And it's not
So-
just our industry, right, Fies? It's all.
Where's
lots of people gotta deal with this
where's that
everywhere.
camera? To
Go,
that
go, Faiza.
person.
Go,
Where
Faiza.
are we? To that person who was mean to Dina.
Yeah.
I hope he's. I was gonna say, I hope you
Oh.
step in poop.
Oh.
Not very
Oh,
nice.
not the poop.
Not very
Not
nice.
very nice. That
I
made
wish-
me really sad. But
I wish I
still,
knew
you're,
that.
you're the kindest.
I love you.
You're
I
the
wish I knew
kindest
that,
still.
Faiza.
I
And
wish-
by the way, it happens to men too, because
I
men
mean,
were saying
I
it's
did
not
this.
okay
Yeah.
if men are pitted against one another. We did it on the show, by the way, for jokes. I think people were saying we did a poll with Sid, Frankie, or
Right.
that was just
For
for
fun,
jokes,
right? For fun,
That was
yeah.
for jokes, and even that I said I felt bad for them. But yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. It's not nice to play.
Not nice.
Okay.
Not at all.
Spread kindness.
Love to all the good people out there.
Holidays,
Surround
come on.
yourself with good peeps, and
Yeah.
you'll be just fine. You sound off. Twitter time.
Uh-oh.
Are you thinking of leaving it?
No.
Are you thinking of leaving it?
Gotta say for now.
How about you at home? Call us. We want to hear from you. Pick up the old-fashioned phone. 1-866-267-3797. You know how to email us. You know how to tweet us at Breakfast TV. Tweet us about Twitter.
Tweet us about Twitter.
So
Are you
meta.
staying?
So meta. That's coming up in a little bit.